I have sinus issues today that are driving me crazy. I have a feeling that it's because I was out here working on this deck all day yesterday and it's rainy and damp and crappy. What are you going to do? So anyway, I'm going to do these front casters today and the bearings and all that funky stuff in there, which I've never done these before. I've done them on other old walk behind mowers like this, and I'm guessing it can't be that much different. So I'm going to start off with taking these run flats off of here. All I did was lifted the deck up a little bit, obviously, and put jack stands under it to hold it up enough to make it easier. I was thinking about just flipping the deck right up and latching it, and then I thought, then it's going to be sideways, and this will be much easier. So this is how I'm going to do it, but anyways, we'll start with this side right here. I don't really know how to position you guys so that you're going to see this, but I guess we'll do the best we can. I was thinking about something. Look at that. I had the right size in there right from the get-go. 9/16. Anyway, I was thinking about something. Lately, there's a lot of... Hold on. Hold that thought. Yeah, if you guys notice, I don't use ratchets for very much, just because it's much faster to do with this. It's my little screw gun, and I have different ends, all different sizes. This one's 3/8. I have 1/4 inch and 1/2 inch size, but usually if I go to something big enough for 1/2 inch, I use the Milwaukee Impact. But anyway, I'm actually just going to put this right back through here so I don't lose any of this stuff. What I was getting at is I've been watching a bunch of videos lately that in the middle of the video, I'm going to spin you guys around this way so you can see this one now. If it really matters, it's the same thing, right? But a lot of videos lately that have in-video ads, okay? I don't know if you guys know exactly what I'm talking about. I'm sure you probably do, or probably have a decent idea of what I'm talking about. If you have your videos monetized, which it seems to be that it's a big issue lately. YouTube is, from what I see on everyone's videos, there's all these new standards that you have to have a certain amount of... It feels pretty loose in there. Look at this. I don't know if you can really see that much, but I should have replaced these caps too, but I didn't get new ones of those. Anyway, what I was getting at is you have to have a certain amount of subscribers, you have to have a certain amount of views before you can monetize them. But apparently there's a bunch of guys that for no reason, they have that many subscribers and they have that many views, but their videos are getting demonetized. I don't really understand why or what the deal is. Look at that. Can you see inside there? It's got that nut right there. It's usually a castle nut with a cotter pin through it. It is a castle nut. See how it's got them grooves? Oh, there's the cotter pin right there. There's so much grease in there. It's going to be hard to see, but cotter pin comes through and they bend it over on this side, so I'll have to find it right there. I'm trying to get you guys some good views of this, but I don't really know what you can see and what you can't. But anyway, what I was getting at was, see, there's part of the cotter pin right there, and I'll bend this other side back over here if it was put in the right way. So a lot of people are getting their videos demonetized and this and that because of all these standards, but there's a lot of other stuff going on that I'm finding is weird too. And some of that other stuff that I'm referring to is, hold on, hold that thought. Countryside Lawn t-shirts. I cut them up and use them as rags. But anyway, so a lot of guys that have videos that are monetized, that I always watched all their videos, are now, I'm noticing on a lot of videos there's in-video ads. Okay, now in-video ads just means like, well, exactly what it sounds like. There is in the middle of the video, it'll stop playing, then it'll start playing an ad, and that is annoying as hell. So like, all right, let's pick on Brian. Brian's good for it. Brian from Top Notch, his videos never had him. You know, his videos were monetized. There'd be a video at the beginning. At the beginning of the video, there you'd see an advertisement for something, whatever YouTube deems they want to put on there, and that was that. But you never had any of the other stuff. Now, I believe, if I'm correct, I believe the settings on monetizing is if you allow videos at the beginning, videos at the end, videos or advertisements at the beginning, advertisements at the end. There's a million ways of pulling these out, and somebody on my video is going to be like, why don't you just do this or do that? But it's because I'm not concentrating on what I'm doing, because I'm sitting here talking to you guys. But anyway, so there would be different settings for videos, and you as a YouTube creator have to control that. You have to control what where the ads are placed and what you allow on your videos. So I always shut off the in-video ads because they're annoying as hell when you're just getting into a video and then all of a sudden an ad pops up. So I noticed that a lot of guys that never had those in-video ads before now have them, and I don't know if it's something, I didn't know if it was something they did or what. Like there's a couple of Brian's videos I was watching the other day. It had like 3 ads in the video. I literally got so freaking annoyed. I'm like, you know what, screw it. I clicked right off his video. I'm like, I'm not watching this shit anymore. And it wasn't just Brian. That's happened with a couple of them. So I was actually going to make just a video on that and tell people, hey, you know, you got to get rid of that crap. Go fix your settings so it's not like that on there. And then I was in the gym this morning, and I always listen. Oh, I got the hiccups. I always listen to. This is becoming pathetic how long it's taking me to pull this cotter pin out. I've never struggled with a cotter pin like this. It's actually pretty funny to me. But anyway, it's because I'm sitting here trying to talk to you while I'm doing this. I'm not paying attention to what I'm doing. But anyway, there is. I was watching a video because when I do my cardio, like when I'm just working out, I listen to music. But when I do my cardio, I watch YouTube videos because I'm not a fan of cardio, but I know I have to do it. So it's really hard for me to do a half hour of high rate cardio on an elliptical unless something else is occupying my mind. So I watch YouTube videos, and before I know it, time flies by and I get through the cardio a lot faster. So anyway, I was watching back the video this morning that I posted yesterday. Whenever I post a video, I always watch it back, usually right away, just to make sure it came out the way I wanted. But I didn't have a chance last night, so I was watching it this morning, and 2 different times in my video, an in-video ad popped up. My video stopped and an ad popped up, one for KFC and one for something else. And I was pissed. I'm like, you gotta be shitting me. So what I'm gonna do today is I'm gonna go on my settings and I'm gonna make sure, I'm gonna see what frickin' changed. And I'm guessing YouTube automatically changed it because I was very specific when I set up monetizing on my videos that it did not allow in-video ads. So I don't know. That's something I need to check on. And some of you other guys, like there's a bunch of you. Brian's Lawn Maintenance, he's got them. Blades of Grass, I've seen it on Johnny's videos. Let's see here. I've seen it on my videos. I've seen it on Brian from Top Notch. Seen it on his videos. So, you know, I don't know. Maybe some people set it up that way to try to maximize the money they're making on their videos. I really don't care about it too much. So That's why I turned all the stuff off. So I'm gonna have to go out and check it today and make sure. But anyway, let's get this job done.
You stole my heart of gold after my silver soul. Can you dig any deeper now? I gave you all I own, put you on this golden road, but I'm a little stronger now. You cashed in on my promises. You know I'm too generous. Now I've learned to never help you out. 'Cause I'm done cleaning up your mess. Found myself in my regrets. I've become a little stronger now. A little stronger now. Too generous. Now I've learned to never help you out. 'Cause I'm done cleaning up your mess. Found myself in my regrets. I've become a little stronger now. A little stronger now.
Turns out the bearings in there were all really good. I'm wondering if somebody has replaced them. So there's no sense in me pounding those out and pounding new ones in if there's nothing wrong with them. So I'll keep all those that I ordered and put them on the shelf if I need them down the road. I'll have them. It's a good deal to me. Some people asked me on yesterday's video if I they were talking about, you know, different things I need to check when as far as how I said the tension on the springs were a lot tighter than they used to be. And I'm going to explain that to you in a second. Because of the way that the deck was riding and the way the deck was sitting, or when I lifted it up. So I'm going to go over all that with you in a second, and I'll tell you exactly what I mean. Wow. That's pretty tight. Make sure it's lined up. That is pretty snug in there. Alright, let me crank this real quick and tighten this up, and then I'll tell you what I mean. Alright. A little bit more. Still rolls freely. Okay. Some people had asked me, see that down there? There's a nut on the bottom and it comes up and there's a hole in it, and the hook from the spring goes through that hole. And some people said, how many threads do you have show? And that could be the problem of why they're so tight and why it's such a hard time hooking that back in. Well, I never took those out. When I put the new springs on, I cut all this webbing away, and then I took the spring and I turned it and unhooked it from the hole that's in that bolt. Okay, so they're still at the factory setting. I didn't move them, but one thing I realized after the fact was my new Walker B19 with the 56-inch side discharge deck, when I undo the pins and I grab this and I lift it up to hook it, it does the exact same thing. The deck kind of tips back and forth. It doesn't sit on those back caster wheels when it's flipped up. And I explained in yesterday's video that the old deck, that's the old deck with the old springs and everything, that's what would happen. When I would bring it up and I would hook it, it would sit on those back wheels. So the deck didn't kind of float there. Tipped up, it didn't float where it was back and forth. The new Walker B19 does the same exact thing that this new deck does now, where it does not sit on those two wheels when you have it flipped up, and it kind of floats there. So that tells me that this is at the exact setting that my new Walker is right from the factory. So it must be where it needs to be, would be my guess, because it's doing the same exact thing as the brand new one. So, but anyway, that was real quick with that side. Now I'm going to quickly do the other side, since this is the one that's really bad. Like, you could see it, look at it, it goes, it's like at a big angle. I mean, I don't know what you guys can tell, but it's definitely an angle. That one's nice and straight now. That one wasn't all that bad. This is the real bad one. So maybe when I get this apart, I might end up having to do the bearings in this one. I don't know, but we're gonna find out.
You and me are bored of regularities, living all the dreams, playing all the games, and getting high on love. They can chase us down, but we will always win. Leading every dance, feeling every touch, and getting high on love. We're invincible.
Alright, well, when I pound this one out, the bearing, the seal, everything came right out of the bottom half. The top half pretty much stayed together. The inside of the race is nice and smooth, feels good. And this, set that washer there. This bearing, not so great. See that roller right there is busted right off. I don't know if you can see that. See, the rollers are full size. That one's broke right off. Is that the only one? Yeah, it's broke right off. So that bearing is shot. We won't be using that bad boy again. Let me see. Let's check out this one. And this bearing. No, that bearing isn't broken away, but we will be replacing that whole thing on this one, because I'm not just going to do half of it. The races in there feel really smooth. They feel good. I'm pretty confident in them. So we're going to leave them as they are. There's no sense in replacing them if I don't need to. because it's always good to have spare parts. So if down the road I need them still, I'll have them. So, see this bearing, this is a new bearing all the way around. These rollers are full size. None of them are broken. They all look good. That's the new bearing. So what you do is you take, I use wheel bearing grease that I use for my trucks, because if it's heavy duty enough for my 1 ton, it's heavy duty enough for this. Take that big wad like that. He said wad. Put it like that. I'm going to take this bearing and I just press it in. Press it in. Keep turning it and pressing it in. This is for all you young kids. This is how you used to have to repack wheel bearings in trucks a long time ago. And you'll keep doing that and you'll push it and you'll see it come out the top. And that's how you know that it's full. And that's how you pack a wheel bearing. My 1 ton dually still has to be done like this. That's a 95. Now they make little tools. It's called a bearing packer. It's a little plastic tool that you fill with grease, and then what you do is you set the bearing in there and then you push it down in and it packs the bearing for you. But this is how we always used to do it when I was growing up. We didn't have any of them fancy tools. We did it like this. So now I'll push that bearing up in there and it won't completely stay. Maybe it'll stay, that grease might hold it in there for right now. But see, and your hands are all loaded up with nice grease. And what you can do, I just take that excess, go like that, because I'm going to pack that whole cavity full of grease anyway. And it does have the fitting right there, so I can use the grease gun and load it up with grease anyway. But what I'm going to do is, see, that bearing just fell out of there. Make sure there wasn't no crap stuck to it. I knew it wasn't going to stay in there long because it doesn't have one of these to hold it in there. So I'm going to take this new seal, take this bearing, put that bearing in there, take this new seal, and we're going to put that seal in there, which is going to hold it. Take the dead blow hammer, just kind of work it around there. Doesn't always seat up in there. What you need to do is get it started like that. And then what I'm going to do, I'll show you real quick.
What happened to the rest of the video? I don't have a clue. You like my, look at these decorations on my wall. That's what my 6-year-old does. We hang them up all over the walls. He likes it. But anyway, I don't know what happened. The last segment of video I recorded, I didn't realize until I just went to upload it, which I'm doing right now, and I'm talking to you on my laptop. It cut out. I don't know. Something happened and it didn't show up. But all I did to finish it up is I put the caster back in there and put the castle nut on and a new cotter pin in the top, and everything was good to go. And then put the wheel back in, and then I end up greasing the sleeve for the center bolt that goes through the wheel when you put the wheel back on the caster yoke. And then I realized I had forgotten to do the other side when I put it back together, so I pulled that apart, re-greased that sleeve, and put that back together. But that was it, and that's pretty much all there is to it. They're very, very simple, as you guys can tell. There's really nothing to it. They're a lot easier than you would think to look at and think of what could be inside there, knowing it takes bearings, races, seals, everything else. People get nervous, and I did the first time I did them as well, but there's really nothing to it. So anyway, sorry you had to finish this video off looking at my ugly mug, but that's really all there was to it. And like I said, I don't know what happened to the rest of that footage, but it just canceled out, and I wasn't going to wipe out this whole video just because of a small part at the end. So this is what you get. And stay tuned for the next one. And don't forget the beginning part of this video. If you are one of the people that have your videos monetized, go check your settings. While I'm uploading this video right now, I went out and checked mine, and it was clicked to have in-video ads. And I specifically made sure that was not clicked when I set up monetization on my videos. So somehow it changed it. YouTube changed it, and forget that. I know how annoying it is, and it drives me crazy. Like I said, guys that I follow all the time and religiously watch all their videos, I've stopped watching a lot of their videos because it drives me crazy. There's nothing like getting into a good video, and then bam, it stops for an ad, and then it happens 2-3 times in a video. Drives me crazy. So for those of you that feel the same way about it, it's still going to have it in some of my old videos, I guess, but from here on out, it said for future videos, I clicked it off, and you don't have to worry about that crap anymore. If you do see some pop up in future videos from here on out, let me know. Comment on the video and tell me it's on there, and that'll mean that YouTube set it back again, and I'll go and fix it again. But hopefully it won't continue to be a problem. Thanks for watching, guys, and don't forget, share. That's the best way to get videos out. It encourages us as YouTube creators to make more.